Welcome to the 2011 season. Tony Ventrella, Cliff McCrath, Nubs Nuggets for the first time out of the box this season. That is your symbol. We should have logos put on the caps.
It's going on a sweater.
I bet you it is. All right, beginning of the season coming up. Very important time. You want to get off to a fast start. Do the coaches view the early part of the season differently than the players, and how so?
Well, absolutely, and yet it's not something it's spoken. It's not as if they're going to admit it. Yeah. But coaches struggle with the whole, the more successful they are, the more they struggle with the whole fear problem, fear of not doing as well as they've been doing. And the better you do coming out of a season, or out of two seasons in this case, the greater the degree of fear, where you kind of worry about it. I mean, there's that whole thing in society about coaches getting fired and everything else. So that's a big part of it.
You don't want to slip backwards, in other words, and that's now you've got some other you got some F words for me?
Yeah, I got some F words. So you got, if you go down the line, you got the coach who has, if he's really going to just come out with it and say, yeah, there's a little bit of fear that we really perform, particularly in the early days of the season, the opening part of the season. Then there's the sort of what I call the facts. The factual part of it are the players that know they're going to be on the field. They're not going to be worried, so they have it kind of settled. They're going to go out and really do the job. The guys in the bench are what I call the fantasy players. They're fantasizing about getting an opportunity to get in the game, get out there and go for it. And then, of course, fun. You think about the fact that this whole game's fun, and the fans make it part of the real F word. But the bow is the family. This is a big-time family.
It really is, and the fans are especially in this market and the new markets coming into the league, Vancouver and Portland. The fans have driven this thing, and they continue to drive it, and that's why there's that fear that you want to please the fans.
Well, and there's also the fact that we all believed that this was going to be the flagship, the phenomenal, if you can spell that with an F, the flagship franchise of MLS, and it has become that. Not only that, but the 44th most successful professional franchise in the world. And so, and then of course with Vancouver and Portland coming back in to reawaken that great triumphant rivalry we had back in the 70s and 80s, that's just beyond dreams.
So next time around, we're going to show the old shot of you and Bruce King from KOMO doing a game. It was a playoff game at the end of the 75 season. That's all I'm going to say now. It's a wonderful shot of you. No comment from you now on the shirt you were wearing. That's Nubs Nuggets for this week. We will see you all next week.